Hello all, welcome to another MSI product video with me, Jonas. Today we will be having a look at a brand new notebook from our side. It is the PE70. It is part of the brand new P series, and as you can probably tell from the model name, the 70 is a 17.3-inch notebook. And we will also have the PE60, which I don't have here for now, but it is launched by the time you see this as well, and that is a 15.6-inch version. Pretty much the same, so they look very alike. And this is positioned for professional users, people who edit a lot of photos and video on the go, as well as people who are enthusiastic about multimedia usage in general. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you all about the PE70 or the P series. The main feature we have for professional editors is actually the screen on both this and the 15.6-inch version. It is, we call it the true color screen, and we call it true color because this actually fulfills 100% of the sRGB color space, meaning this is what you really should have if you're doing a lot of photo editing and want your photos to come out exactly the way they do on the screen when they go to print or wherever you want them. So that is pretty much the main feature, I can tell you. And we're using IPS panels across the range. Hideously expensive IPS panels, I can tell you. And we also have the true color profiles, which means you have 5 or 6 profiles. Let me check just quickly here if it loads. It is disappeared. 6 profiles in total with different color profiles, preset to the sRGB profile, obviously, so you can just start working and go to your photo editing or video editing or whatever as soon as possible once you unpack the PE70. Having a good screen is of course important, but we also do have a bunch of other hardware, meaning this is a pretty high-end, high-performing notebook. For example, we're using the Intel Core i7-4720HQ CPU, which is on par with the desktop i5-4690K CPU actually, so it's a really high performance CPU, even though it is in a pretty slim chassis like this of the PE60 and PE70. RAM wise, you can have up to 16 gigs, I'm pretty sure, I am sure, and 1 SSD, so obviously you don't want a new notebook without an SSD, so to speed up your editing workflow, that is great as well. So we got you covered there. Also for your multimedia needs, or even if you're editing with CUDA acceleration. Not sure if anyone actually does that anymore because I don't do much editing myself. But we do have the GTX 950M and 960M graphics from NVIDIA. Speaking of multimedia, we do have a great sound solution in the P series, as we do with most RMSI notebooks. We're using speakers from Dynaudio, as you might know is a really well-known speaker manufacturer, and the high-grade audio system in this comes in the shape of a 2.1 channel audio system, and we have 2 speakers in the front and 1 subwoofer hidden down below, and you can play plenty loud, and first and foremost the sound is really crisp and clear, so that's important to us, as it probably is for you if you're watching a lot of movies or listen to music. We're also using the Audio Boost 2 architecture, which is basically a high-grade amplifier built in with high-grade what are they called? Audio capacitors, and the DACs all really high-end, pretty expensive stuff inside, so the audio experience should not let you down. Also the mic in and the headphone jacks are gold-plated. What else? We do also have the Nahimic audio enhancer in this, which means it's a software solution from Nahimic, and you can pretty much modify the sound to your own liking. So there's a lot of presets and stuff like that, but my favorite feature with the Nahimic audio enhancer is actually the noise cancellation on the recording part, meaning if you're recording, say, a podcast, it will automatically cancel the background noise, meaning you get a much better sounding podcast or recording in general, regardless of what you're actually recording. So a really great feature with the Nahimic audio enhancer as well. Now the screen, the CPU, the graphics, the sound solution, it's all good and well, but if you can't use the computer, you're not gonna wanna have it, right? So what we got for you guys is, first and foremost, is a great big touchpad, which is it's really nice to use. I like this. There's not too much resistance. There's not too little. So it's a good, like, what can I say? I'm not going to say average, that's a bad word to describe it, but it's, I don't want to say perfect either because this is our own product video, so I don't want to go too full on, but it is a great touchpad in my view. It is big, and the keys, the keys for the touchpad are exactly where they should be, and it is a Synaptics one, so the drivers are working well with gestures, everything like that, so I have no complaints whatsoever with the touchpad. The keyboard itself has a great tactile feel, quite long strokes as well for what looks like a really slim chiclet keyboard, but it is also a really nice feeling one. We do have white backlighting on it, I should mention. This sample does not because this is a pre-production sample. It has blue. I'm not going to show it to you, but it's going to come with white for the retail one. And one last thing related to the keyboard is the Shortcut Manager software I'm showing to you on screen here. And this one is basically, you can create your own macros. This is a feature from our workstation notebooks. You can create your own macros and you can run them off a key press. So if you want to do a batch run of something in, say, Photoshop or Lightroom or Premiere or whatever software you're working in, create the macro, bind that to a key, and you can simply just press whatever key you assign that to and you run your batch. And that is something special for our P series at the moment. Now that I've mentioned most of the P series features for you, I think I should go to the finer details, such as the outputs. On the what is your right side, when you're working on it, you have the SD card reader, you have one USB 2.0 port, and you have the optical drive. In this case, it's a Blu-ray DVD writer combo, as well as the power socket, obviously. At the front, there is nothing except a bunch of LEDs indicating in the middle. And on your left side, when you're working on it, you do have the audio jacks, 2 3.5mm ones. We have 3 USB 3 ports, USB 3.0, as well as one display port, one HDMI. And you can run both of these simultaneously, concurrently with the built-in ones. You can have 3 monitors in total, and you can run 4K at 60 Hertz on the mini display port. You can also run 4K on the HDMI, but only at 30 Hertz. But anything below that, or 20 WQHD, you can run at 60 Hertz from the HDMI as well. And as well as a LAN port and a Kensington lock. The backside, well, there's just 2 exhausts pretty much, as well as the Prestige branding in the middle. The P series from us at MSI is launched pretty much now, which is by the end of April, which is when you probably see this. If you're looking at this later, hello. The P series comes with the PE60, 15.6 inch, and the PE70, which is this one, the 17.3 inch version. The 15.6 inch version will actually be available with a 4K screen later on, which is going to be the 100% sRGB color space as well. But for now, it's the 1080p versions we're running here. You can run external monitors, as I just mentioned, 2 of them concurrently with a built-in monitor. So if you're actually working a lot on the go and you come home, you can just plug this in on your desktop and you should be, you have more workspace to go on. And the multimedia solutions, we obviously have the GTX 950M and 960M graphics. We do have the Dynaudio sound. We do have lots of processing power courtesy of Intel with the 4720HQ CPU, 16 gigs of RAM, SSD, and last but not least, I should mention our software solutions, which is the Nahimic Audio Enhancer, which is great for especially recording, and we do have the Shortcut Manager, so you can run your macros. All in all, the P series is pretty much a complete solution if you need a mobile workstation without the workstation graphics. So if you don't need the Quadro graphics, we would recommend one of the P series for you. With that said, I wish to thank you all for the interest in our brand new P series. We wish to make it a success. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.